Welcome to TrackIt, a football logging solution for anyone who's got an interest in logging football events, adding notes on them, sharing comments with friends and colleagues, so potential users, coaches, analysts, journalists. It is also something that parents and players can use to follow the scores of matches in progress or to read match reports after the game is completed. So here's what the experience looks like when you first set up a new club, and I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is to start logging data. And then later on, once I've shown you some of the key functionality, I'll show you how you can customize this for your specific club by changing the colour and adding your own logo. So I'm going to start off with setting up a team. I've set up my team, now I can start adding players. You can add up to 25 players and only their first name is required for safeguarding reasons. Now let's go and start a match. Create a new opponent. Today we're up against Wednesday FC. Going to be playing at home. The default setting is for 2 periods of 45 minutes. I'm going to set up 4 periods of 1 minute each, and then if there's extra time, we'll have 2 1-minute periods of extra time. When I set up my opponent, it will auto-populate with a range of different positions, given that we wouldn't necessarily know the names of our opponents. So I can start logging. We're going to kick off, and we're immediately on the attack. Molly scores a goal. I'm going to add an assist. Sarah gets the assist. And you can see that goals 1, shots 1, shots on target 1, and it's 1-0 to us. We have these events starting to log down here. So let's start to look at some of these other events in more detail. Molly takes a shot. This time the shot is saved. It's saved by the opponent's goalkeeper, obviously. Still got 1 goal, 2 shots. We've had 2 shots on targets, but one of these has been saved by the opponent's goalkeeper. Let's take another shot. This time Sarah can have the shot. The shot is blocked. It's blocked by their attacking midfielder. So we've had 3 shots. 2 of them are on target, 1 of them that was saved and 1 that was scored, but we've had 1 shot that's been blocked by the opponent. Let's take another shot. This time Sam can have a pop. Sam's shot hits the woodwork, so 4 shots, 2 of them on target because 1 of them was blocked. Then we hit the post. Take another shot. This time Shane has a go. Shane's shots go off target, so the shots increment, but the shots on target remain the same. Now you can see that we're at the end of that first period and we've actually already played a minute of added time. So let's end that period and then let's kick off the second period and go and have a look at some other events that we can register. So they're going to have a substitution. Molly is going to come off and Susie is going to come on. And then you can see here that Susie has come on for Molly. As a result of that substitution, we would expect there to be maybe 30 seconds of added time. So that's just a little note to kind of help us think about how we're going to kind of plan out injury time, because we know to expect at least 30 seconds. What else might add to that additional time? Well, of course, if there's stoppages, which will happen as a result of an injury. So Sarah, our goalkeeper, picks up a knock. She's injured for a small period of time. After the treatment finishes that lasted for a few seconds, you can see that the expected added time has incremented, and we're now into additional time at the end of the second period. So let's end that period. And then let's go back and have a look at our dashboard and have a look at what we can see under the settings. So you can see that we've now got this match here which is live, and we can join the match again a little later on. But let's go have a look at these settings. You'll see that we've got some custom events here. You may have seen these pop up in the last screen when I was adding the stoppages and the injuries. So for custom events, for example, I don't have an event for offside. Let's add a custom event for attitude, and let's have things that you might want to track as a coach. So let's save those custom events. Let's get back into the game and start the third period. And you can now see that those custom events have been added to the other events. So let's log something on attitude. So let's log something for Sam. Now if we click into that event, you can see that we've got the ability to select some context to add some notes, and for anybody else who's using this to be able to add some comments. So where else might that context be useful? Let's go and have a look back to settings. So our event context is here. You can see that the shots we might have right foot, left foot and header. You want to add in some context for blocks? I can do that. You can see we got some context added in for stoppages, injuries, and a classic for grassroots, a dog run onto the pitch. So let's save all those contexts and let's go back to the dashboard and back to our game. So if we click on this stoppage here, we can actually see that the context of that stoppage was that it was an injury, or we can change it to the dog run on the pitch. We're now at the end of the third period, so let's end the period there and start the last period. Let's see if Wednesday FC can force an equaliser. Take a shot. The attacking midfielder takes a shot. The shot results in a goal. You won't add the assist, it's 1-1. You can see that building up there on the bar chart. Then we start to pick up a couple of yellow cards. Molly gets a booking. And then she gets another one. And as a result of that, her second yellow becomes a red. Then we end up with a straight red. Sarah gets a straight red. We're now at the end of the game, end of period 4. We're into extra time because we set up that extra time. At the start of extra time, we get a penalty. Penalties taken by Shane. Various outcome of those penalties: goal, save, off target, or retake. Penalties saved and results in a goal kick. A few minutes later, we get another penalty. Shane takes the penalty again. This time it's completely off target, results in another goal kick. And you can see here that our shots have started to increment. One of them was on target. We had one saved penalty, but we also had 2 penalties that we've missed. One that was saved and the one that was completely missed. So let's go and add a little bit of information on that penalty miss. Deliberating on run-up didn't work. Let's save that. Let's go back into that event again, and maybe there are other people that are logged on into this game at the same time who might then add a comment. So you can post that comment or you can edit that comment. We can delete that comment if we want to, or we can start to build up a comment stream here related to certain events. Let's say, for example, that it was the wrong player that we had logged for the penalty miss. We can change the player, or if we got the time a little bit wrong, we know it maybe happened 10 or 15 seconds earlier, we can pull it back by 10 seconds. Save that event, and now we're into the last period of the game. We can end the game as it is now, and you'll see that we get a match report. So the game ended 1-1, Molly scored, Sarah provided the assist, their attacking midfielder scored. You can see that we missed a couple of penalties, one of which was saved by the keeper. Molly got a yellow, then she got her second yellow, so that resulted in a red. Then Sarah got a straight red. Here's our event log. We can export the event log as a CSV file so that we can use that data elsewhere. And then we've also got our match report, and we can export those as stats as a PNG so that we can use those on our socials. And then we get an AI summary, so that summary is generated from the data and the information that we've added. We can go in and edit that summary if we want, because it's never a good idea to just let AI run freely without editing its output. And that takes you through the basic features. So how would you set this up for your own club? Well, that's quite easy. Put in your email address. Send yourself a sign-in link as there's no passwords needed. There's my sign-in link. Sign in, and then you'll need to enter a sign-up code. The promotional code for the moment, if you want to use it, is Alpha Wave. Let's submit that. Let's put our name in, and let's put our name of the setup. I'm going to set this up for Lewis, and I'll show you why in a moment. So here's Lewis FC. Let's go into our settings and let's upload the logo for Lewis. And let's select Lewis's colour, which is red, and let's save that branding. And now when we go back onto the dashboard and refresh that experience, you'll see that we've now got everything in red with Lewis FC's logo. And if I quickly add a team and start a match, and select an opponent, so Lewis versus Brighton, let's start that match, let's kick off, let's have an own goal scored by their centre midfielder. Game gets restarted with a kickoff. That game ends, end the game. There's our match report. I can export that match report, and I've then got it in the Lewis branding. One other thing to show you, let's go back to the settings. Let's ask for this match report to be written in the style of the musician Nick Cave. Save that AI prompt, and now let's start another game against Brighton. And let's just add some events to the game. And then let's save that, and let's end the game and wait for the match report to come in. And you can see the doom-laden language of Nick Cave. And then the assist. Oh, the assist. A stray four-legged phantom, a canine interloper from the underworld, pirouetted onto the green, the ball at his feet, dribbling past the bewildered children, a spectacle of chaos and glory. So thank you very much for watching the video. I've hoped you've enjoyed it. Feel free to sign up. You'll find that TrackIt works on all web browsers, and it can be installed as a progressive web app on iOS and Android devices, and can also be configured to send push notifications. If you have any comments, do feel free to contact us by going to our website. You can click the logo on the top left-hand corner of the app, and that will take you to our website where there is a contact form and a telephone number. I'd be really pleased to hear any feedback that you have on what we've built. Thank you.